live every day. As much as I can, I work graveyard shift, but I'll
Hey
definitely.
YouTube, how you doing?
That's Dylan's comments, everybody.
Finishing up watching Dylan Bueller,
On YouTube, it'll pop right up.
Robbie, and Bob up on their live stream. Good live stream tonight. I was a part of in the chat a little bit. We had a good time hashing out with Chaos and the rest of those guys.
You'll find them right away.
They always have a weekly stream.
He's got Ghost Rapture. That's not his channel.
So I'm gonna wait for them to finish up, then I go live. What I'm gonna be doing tonight is I'm gonna be looking at a couple more acquisitions I got in Blu-ray and talking about a place where I got them. Really good place to get Blu-rays and DVDs and books and comics and so forth. And then look at another book that I got in today from Things from Another World. Just kind of sitting back on a Saturday night and talking to the community. Hopefully some people jump in. Hopefully maybe get Dylan in here if he is not too tired after being on a live stream with Bueller for the last 2 hours. Because Dylan's a big, huge Blu-ray, DVD, and horror fan. And maybe we'll be able to get him in here. So we'll see what happens. The way these guys go, they could be going another 2 hours talking about cereal boxes. So we may have to jump in there without doing anything else. But here they are. If you want to see a little multitasking. Here's my dudes. Bueller was on the channel last night, and I don't know if he's ever gonna come on again. But we had a good time. Perry was on last night. Chaos and Comics, and a bunch of people. But yeah, I told Bueller that. And that's why you see down below, sub killer. People jump on my channel, they lose 50 subs. Of course, Bueller can absorb the loss. He's got tons of subs, so he doesn't really have to worry about that too much. So same thing with Robbie and the rest of those guys. So they're doing pretty good. Me, on the other hand, I can't afford to lose too many, but I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, they're still going on here. I mean, it's almost as bad as a jig stream. They give the 3-hour queue when they're about to break up a live stream after about 4.5 hours. Hey, Pages, Films, and Plastic, how you doing? Good to see you in here. I was kind of waiting for if you didn't see the beginning of the live stream here, I was kind of like streaming my buddies over there talking on their channel, Bueller and Dylan and Robbie and Bob. So I was kind of waiting for them to end up here to kind of go live and talk some movies and whatnot. Hopefully Dylan will be able to get in here, but we'll see. But as I said, Bueller was on last night, and I don't know if he'll jump in here again. He might. You never know. I went on Bueller's live stream tonight under my new handle, Scarpad, Sub Killer. But Bueller can afford to lose a few subs, so maybe he'll jump on again at some point. But we had a good time last night. So basically what we're going to be doing here tonight is looking at some Blu-rays I picked up and a comic. And I want to kind of pimp out, even though I have no connection to these guys. There's a reseller out there called HamiltonBooks.com. And I tell you, they carry everything from books to DVDs to CDs to comics. And they have such good deals on Blu-rays and DVDs. A lot of stuff that is out of print. A lot of stuff that you can't get any longer. And even stuff that is in print, and it's wicked cheap. So if you're looking for some good titles. They have a lot of Screen Factory stuff. Hey, Chaos, how's it going? Captain Comics, how's it going? Yeah, those guys just finished up on the stream. I was waiting for my buddy's Bueller to get finished up. I'm hoping we can see if I can finally get Dylan over here. Let's see if he does show up here. Dylan, you son of a bitch. We'll see if he comes over here. So I've been buying from Edward D. Hamilton books for years. Yeah, I got turned on to them about maybe a year ago, and I'm amazed. I mean, even stuff that's currently in print is really cheap. They have a lot of good for DVDs and Blu-rays. Really, you can find a lot of out of print StreamYards, magnet releases over there. For DC, they have a lot. And Marvel, they have a ton of trades over there, really, really cheap. You can dump a lot of money over there. So it's they have it. I started buying books and trades. Yeah, I mean books. It's a really good place to get books and omnibuses and stuff, and they package pretty well. I mean, look at this thing. I'm going to be showing this box of some DVDs you got. This is actually DVDs, Blu-rays. You would think I was getting a bathroom fan or something in here, the way they stapled this box. It's pretty astounding stuff. But, yeah. So yeah, if you're not familiar with Hamilton books, by all means, go in and take a look at them. Great prices and a lot of good stuff. Let's see what we got here. See if Dylan's going to show up here. I guess in the meantime, before we get Dylan here, I got a book I can take a look at. See, this came in from Things from Another World. My last book from them. This was lost for about 2.5 weeks. And I used to sub through them, but it took too long to get books from them, and they're kind of expensive. So, what's Chaos saying? I'm more of a Madison Books guy. I haven't tried Madison Books. Do they have DVDs, Blu-rays too? I mean, are they fairly cheap? That is a hit. The way they package books and movies, open right down the middle like a clam. Okay, I'll take your words on that. Oh, it's all Batman guys. No, it may not be Batman. In fact, I don't think it is Batman. I think it's something else. So we shall see. I think it's only one book. Oh, we look at that. It's not Batman, and it's not Picard, but it is Star Trek Year 5 from IDW, number 11. And it has that familiar black cat on it. You know who that is. If you're a Star Trek fan. This way Batman, that box guaranteed. No, it's the only book I got. They actually, that took them forever to ship this one book, my last sub from Things from Another World. But I'm enjoying the Star Trek Year 5 series. Pretty good, pretty decent stuff. So it wasn't Batman, so eat it, Chaos. Is it time for you to be in the garage already? What's going on? Let's see what else we got here. 80s Batman, no. Nice, yeah. Star Trek Picard comic was really good. Yes, the Star Trek Picard comic Countdown, I think it was called, right? Or Countdown to Picard or something, actually didn't belay what a total fuckwad the series turned into. And it actually set up things pretty well. It set up things that in the series they literally just abandoned and never answered and never carried through. So I agree, the comic was not bad, and if the series had taken the comic and ran with it, maybe things would have been better. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. I don't like OG Star Trek, but I'll check out that year 5. Yeah, well, it's year 5 supposedly in the original series, and it's pretty decent, pretty well written comic. Let's see here. Let's see what we got. Just checking on Instagram here. Dylan, I think, is phasing out, so I'm not sure we're going to see Dylan, even though I was hoping to kind of talk some movies with him. But yeah, so Mazin Books, I'll have to check them out to see exactly what they have and if they have any more deals like these guys have. So, all right, well, I guess we're not going to wait for Dylan because I'm not sure where Dylan is. Let me give one more shout over to him and see if he's going to come on. Let's see. And the problem with YouTube is, for some reason, and it happens to me all the time with like Jig's Kingdom, when he goes live, and some of the other guys is when you go live, never ever get the notifications. You know, I'll go up on YouTube and I'll hunt around, and all of a sudden I'll see there's a live stream. Never got notified for it, but there it is. So, and I was kind of disappointed, Chaos. Not one guy in that whole 2-hour live stream tonight mentioned Dead Body Road. And it was perhaps one of the best, if not, in my opinion, the best book of the week. I enjoyed That Texas Blood. I enjoyed a few of the other books that came out this week, but I loved Dead Body Road. I never even heard of that book before, and it was a series, I guess, in 2014. They came out with 6 issues, which I don't think are related to this. You know, maybe they are. I don't know. But after I read Dead Body Road #1, I went ahead and ordered on eBay those 6 books, and I want to go ahead and read them. But I couldn't believe, and I think it really speaks to the nature of independent books right now, that you can't get them anywhere a lot of times. And unless you order them, you're not going to get them, and you're not going to read them. And that's a shame, because Dead Body Road, I thought it was everything that Undone by Blood set up, but done better. A similar story, but done better. And I think I read that the people in, I'm not sure if it was, I know that Texas Blood was going to be a movie, and it was scrapped, and they're kind of adapting it to comics. But I think I remember reading in Dead Body Road, and you might want to correct me on this, is that these guys envisioned Dead Body Road as kind of like a Elmore Leonard novel, and like a successor to Justified, which is a great FX TV series, and sad novels from Elmore Leonard. And it read like that. It really read like a Justified spinoff or an Elmore Leonard novel. I really loved it. And while maybe the dialogue in That Texas Blood was a little bit better, I like the characters in Dead Body Road better. That Bree character is a kick-ass character. I mean, she never wavers. You know, this woman is getting threatened with having her eye put out with hot fire out of a blowtorch, and she's just like taking it to the dude, kicking his living fucking ass. And then at the end of the book, the splash page is "Here I Come, Boys." I mean, it was a fantastic read. I hope issue 2 is as good as the other issues, but I can't believe nobody in that 4-crew panel, nobody read it, or at least mentioned it. I think Robbie did read it, because I remember I heard about it on his show, and he liked it. So I was really surprised that he didn't come out and say something about that book, because it's a fantastic book. It needs to be talked up a little bit. So in lieu of Dylan showing up, because I don't know if he's ever going to show up, let's take a look at what I got, and we'll talk a little bit about my acquisitions from Hamilton Book. Now, these aren't Batman comics, Chaos, and they're not Detective Comics, they're Blu-rays. And I am really an aficionado genre from the 50s and 60s, so you're going to see some of that in here. I have one coming up. I didn't realize it was coming out or was out in video, which was called Cannibal Apocalypse. Not in this box, but I should be getting it soon. A great 70s Italian exploitation film starring the great John Saxon, who was in a lot of bad exploitation films in the 70s after his career kind of petered out. You remember John Saxon was the astronaut or the robot in The $6 Million Man that fought Steve Austin in that great episode in the first season called Day of the Robot. Everybody remembers that episode, the slow motion fight that lasted literally about 30 minutes in the episode, only succeeded by when he fought Bigfoot, the original robot in Day of the Robot. John Saxon went on to work with Gene Roddenberry when Roddenberry retooled Genesis 2, which was the pilot he was doing, and he tried to sell it numerous times. And of course, unfortunately for Gene, it failed every single fucking time. It came out first as Genesis 2, then it was Planet Earth, and then it was Strange New World. And interesting enough that the character in all three of those shows was a character that John Saxon played in two of those movies, maybe one of those movies, named Dylan Hunt. And Dylan Hunt went on to be played by Kevin Sorbo in Gene Roddenberry's Andromeda, which was, their fourth attempt after Gene died to sell that story. And it actually was the one that was successful, because I think Andromeda, while I wasn't a huge fan of it, did last like 5 years on TV. So, hey, you try long enough to get something sold, and then you croak, and eventually it does sell, and then your relatives get rich and, whatever. So John Saxon, Cannibal Apocalypse, was a great 70s Italian horror exploitation film that is filmed in, I believe, Italy. But of course, all the Italian films filmed in Italy take place in New York. And it's about a group of passengers getting sick and bringing a cannibal disease to the streets of New York. And John Saxon is playing the infected leader. It should be a good one. I'm getting that sometime soon. And maybe I'll have a review on my channel of that great Italian movie. So I think was Page's Films and Plastic says you open this and it opens like a clam, and I do see a thing here that says pull tab to open. So I'm assuming I have to pull that tab. So let's go ahead and try pulling tab here and see. Motherfucking that wasn't too hard. All right, the box is almost open. Let's see what we have in the box. And let's talk about what I have in the box. What do I have in the box? Well, the first thing I'm going to pull out, and everything looks packed very well. Great movie. I had this on Blu-ray once a long time ago. I had this on DVD. Never owned the Blu-ray. I was wanted to own the Blu-ray because I thought it was a great movie, vastly underrated, which would be Christian Bale's Equilibrium. When I think of Equilibrium, I think of, I don't know, did this come out before or after The Matrix? I think it came out after The Matrix, and of course, heavily inspired by The Matrix, but I actually like this movie better than The Matrix. Really, really great movie. Christian Bale is excellent in it. If you like your post-apocalyptic fascist, subversive movies where the underground has to fight against a totalitarian regime. That's Equilibrium. Mix that up with some great fight scenes a la The Matrix, and this is definitely one of the better movies that came out of that whole, bullet time Matrix craze, back in the early '90s, late '90s. There, Equilibrium, and I think this was probably $3-4 on Hamilton Books, and it's a decent Blu-ray. It's got quite a bit of stuff in here on it. Dylan's Comics. Dylan, you gonna come on? Come on, man. Yeah. Let me see. I dropped you the link, but I will drop it in the chat. I just opened up the box here, so I haven't really gone over too much of what I have. Just other than the Star Trek Year 5 comic that I pulled out. So hopefully we'll get Dylan in here, because Dylan was up on a live stream for a few hours. I'm coming in, Scarpad, Chaos Comics. Chaos is probably in the garage or being hit over the head with a rolling pin by his wife because he's being too loud. So I don't know. He may come in. He's welcome. I know he likes to talk movies and the Blu-rays. And so hopefully we'll get that in. And of course, I was talking Equilibrium. I talk a little bit before Dylan gets in here. Movie that I never saw that I wanted to see, I wanted to get on Blu-ray was the great 80s exploitation movie, Hell Comes to Frogtown. I think the second film that Roddy Piper was in after They Lived, which is a great, great movie. And I'd never seen it, so I watched it, a little bit of it today, like the first 40 minutes on Tubi, because Tubi has a lot of these movies. By the way, if you aren't subscribed to Tubi, you need to be subscribed to Tubi, because Tubi has a lot of good old 70s and 80s flicks. But I started watching that today, and I was a little disappointed in it. I heard great things about that movie, and the title sequence certainly sets up fantastic stuff. Because the title sequence is really, really good. But after that, it kind of devolves into this kind of softcore exploitation flick with Sanel Bergman and Rowdy Piper. And hey, Two Gun, how you doing, Two Gun? Pew 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 pew. How you doing, Pedro? And I didn't really find it all that good. I mean, I had to finish the movie. I had to go out, so I intend to finish it. But I wasn't impressed by it as much as I was by They Live, and I'm not sure I'll pick it up unless it's really, really cheap on Blu-ray. When Dylan comes in here, maybe he can talk about the movie a little bit. But if you're looking for that type of stuff, definitely that's where you want to be. You want to be looking at Tubi or looking at these guys here, Hamilton Books DVD, which is where all these DVDs are from. Let's see who else is here. Chaos is still in here. We have 5 people in the chat. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe. That always helps. Even though I'm a sub killer, and every time I go on the line, I lose 2 or 3 people. Oh well, what can you do? It doesn't help to get some more. If you're going to lose a lot, if you're pissing people off and you're losing people every time they watch one of your videos, well, it certainly helps if people subscribe, because then you get a negative loss, which is always a good thing to have. We all can't be Bueller, and we all can't be Dylan, and we all can't be Jim Mint. Some of us guys have to struggle to have 170 subs, and of course, then piss people off and they unsubscribe. But that is life. So hopefully, Dylan, I don't know, is Dylan out walking the dog? What are you doing, Dylan? I mean, I'm coming in, Scarpad. He's got to be doing that peanut butter run with a dog or something, because it's taking him an awful long time to come into StreamYards here, I think. So, all right, so we're looking at Equilibrium, good film. We'll see if Dylan likes that when he comes in. Let's grab another one here. Okay, this movie, when I was a kid, back in the golden days of yore. This movie scared the living crap out of me. Today, 1958, a movie called The Vampire. The Vampire, black and white. This is a Scream Factory release. Hamilton Books DVD has a lot of these Scream Factory movies, and these often come out for between $20 and $30, and you can get them on Hamilton Books for like $7 or $8 for a lot of them. So this one I picked up. This is a 1957 movie. Not really too much in it for extras. Looks like you're just getting a high res remaster, and that's about it. Maybe a trailer. Not even sure you get that. But this is a great movie. It's called The Vampire, but really it's almost a Jekyll and Hyde type movie. It's about a scientist that is looking for a serum for something. I don't know what. Hey, God Tank. How's it going, buddy? What are you drawing? Real busy right now. Much love, chat. Hey, good to see you. I'm glad you're in here. And, maybe you'll have to post up what you're drawing there. I'd like to see that. I'll look on Instagram for it. But The Vampire was a more of a Jekyll and Hyde story. This doctor injects himself with a serum, and basically it turns him into a creature, which you see on the back here, that is like a vampire, basically, except he can walk around the daytime as well. And he goes out. Of course, the first thing you do when you go out is grab yourself a nice busty babe and drain her veins. What they all did in the 60s, 50s, and 70s. Even the creature from the Black Lagoon, the first thing he fucking did when he got out of the fucking lagoon was go after a fucking hot-looking babe. Can you blame him? I can't. Frankenstein, babe. Wolfman, babe. Creature, babe. Phantom of the Opera. He had a babe. He had the opera singer. They all had babes. Just because you're a monster, a creature, or the vampire doesn't mean you don't want a babe. So of course you're gonna get one when it's a fan. But this is a nice story. It's great performance. I think it's John Beale that's in this. He has a great rapport with his daughter, a young daughter that lives with him. He's addicted to this kind of like I think it's pills, and it's give me 2 minutes, Scarpet. Don't leave. Don't leave. Don't leave. I hope I'm not gonna leave. He's got to be feeding the dog peanut butter. That's the only fucking thing I can think of. He's feeding that dog peanut butter right now. So yeah, it's a good movie. This scared the bejesus. I remember back in the day when there was only 3 channels, right? And you'd have a horror movie or a science fiction movie on late at night on a Saturday or Friday. Any of you guys, I'm on the East Coast, so out here we had channel 56 and we had Creature double feature on every weekends, and on Saturday nights we had channel 9's Fright Fest. We had channel 5's Chiller Theater. After dark, we had Science Fiction Theater on one of the other channels out here. For having 3 channels, we had a lot of shit on, man, and they all ran these great 50s, 60s, and 70s black and white and color movies, and My parents are pretty good. They'd let me stay up on a weekend, even if I was like, 11, 12 years old. And I'd be watching it on, black and white television. And when you're watching black and white, you don't know it's black and white. And back then it wasn't like it was today with digital TV. What it was today with digital TVs, you young whippersnappers. Now you either get the fucking picture, you don't, or it goes all janky, freezes. Old time shit didn't do that, man. You'd have rabbit ears, and even the fucking TV was a little snowy, or bent a little bit, or the sound was a little wonky. You could still watch the fucking thing. I can't tell you how many times I watched Night of the Living Fucking Dead, squinting on a fucking snowy channel. But that made it fucking great, and that made it enjoyable, Now we got streaming. Now we got finally hooking up in the channel. Oh, man.
Sorry, bro.
You know how it is talking backstage.
Oh, I know.
You better not leave, man.
Better not fucking leave. I hope you got your dog settled there with the peanut butter. He's all set.
Yeah, he was sleeping. Now he just bounced. He's probably like, "Aren't you letting me out, dude?" It's like sitting on that damn computer.
Good live stream tonight, but I was telling everybody here, I was disappointed that not one fucking person mentioned the best book of the fucking week last week, Dead
What?
Body Road. I don't know if you read it.
I didn't. I actually wanted. My shop didn't have it, of course, because I actually wanted to get that. I'm hoping that
my shops don't carry fucking independent books.
Right, I know, right?
Are you crazy?
I'm gonna read it. Yeah, I'm reading it online because I tried to get them to order it. What's up, Two Gun? But I'm sure they're not gonna get it.
Yeah, I read it digitally, and then I ordered it. I ordered it from eBay along with the original 6-issue from 2014.
Yeah,
great book. I like that Texas Blood, but I thought this was better. So if you get a chance,
I'm definitely that and the Texas Blood. I really want to check out on digital now.
They're both good.
It's funny because my shop will be like, "Oh, you know, I'm not getting some of these DC titles because of Midtown or all the stuff that's going on." And then I'm like, "Well, why am I missing all these indie titles then?" I'm like, "Who's to blame for that?" Because he was trying to like be like, "Don't blame Diamond, blame them." But then he's like, "Well, these people are still from Diamond are still working at home. They're not working in their offices." And I was like, "But still, dude," I was like, every week, like, dude, what it is he's not ordering the book. I put him on my pull and he's forgetting to order them because I might be the only one actually getting that book.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah, like so he didn't have
my guy came out right out and told me he doesn't unless you put him on a pull, he doesn't order them because they don't sell, or he doesn't want to order them. He doesn't want to take a chance. But at least if you do put on a pull like you do, you'll get it. If you put him in the
usually pull, he does.
Yeah, that's not right. You know.
Yeah, usually, you know, he gets it, but then every now and then, I swear, like, and it's more than every now and then, it's a lot of times he's always forgetting something, and it's like, I'm just waiting, like, with that Art Germ book, like, he couldn't get it for Batman, so Two Gun luckily found one for me, because it's like, yo, it's like, it sucks when I can't read it, and then I get spoiled or something. I don't really care as much for the spoilers, but I kind of want to read it and then be able to review it that week on a stream or something.
Yeah.
But it's like
any fucking comic book shop owner that tells you to go down the street and buy it from this competition deserves to be in business.
Yeah, I couldn't believe that, man. He was like, "Well, maybe to get it down the street," and it's like, man, I've been getting the Flash for like ever, like a long ass time. And he was like, "Well, didn't you want to drop it?" And I was like, "No, bro." I was like, "I dropped Teen Titans and something else." I was like, "I told you I wanted to finish because Williamson just said he's finishing it." I was like, "So I'm staying on that." I was like, "I told you I didn't want the annual, you know?"
And what store wouldn't have a fucking copy of the Flash? I mean, it's not like some obscure book like Last God from DC or something. It's the fucking Flash.
I know. You say Last God because I actually just ordered all those books because I've been dying to read that with all the Conan stuff going on. So have you been reading like Red Nails and stuff? Did you pick that up? That it's coming out from Ablaze, and they're based on like they're doing some of Robert E. Howard's story. Like
what's the name of it?
Hold on. It's called The Cimmerian, but they're doing like these 2-issue arcs. And the first one was called The Queen and the Black Coast. And this new one is called Red Nails, and they're just 2-issue arcs. In the back though, they have Robert E. Howard's like full like story from like I think it was Weird Tales or something back from 1943 or something. They'll have the real Robert E. Howard story, so they're adapting his stories to comic book form. Where's the other one that I got? This is the new one though, Red Nails, right here.
I think Last God, there's a new book. Last God, there's a new book coming out for that. I think in 2 weeks. The handbook of the Last God or something. I saw that.
Oh, the handbook, yeah, like a source book or something.
I think so.
I think that came out. It might have came out last week. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I ordered all those, like issues 1 through 6 or 7, because I've been dying to read that.
Yeah, there's a lot of books this week I couldn't get like that. Year Zero. I looked all around for Year Zero. Couldn't get a copy of that.
Yeah, that was good.
Couldn't get a copy of that other one they talked about, the blood one. What was it called? Blood dry or
Oh, bleed them dry. My
Bleed 'Em
shot, that
Dry.
was another one that I got screwed on, and
I
that was
couldn't find
because
that either. And
I got nervous when my shop didn't get the bleed them dry, which is another vault book that I was like, did you order the plot? And he didn't order it. I was like, because I had ordered that the same time. I had like a big list when when we came back and were able to go into our shop. I had a big list of stuff, and it's like some of this shit he gets, and then it's like some of the stuff he just doesn't. And I'm like, dude, it's like, how am I the only one reading this stuff? It's crazy sometimes.
yeah, well, I mean, I think I won't throw it all in the shops. I think some of it is just carryover from the whole pandemic thing. I mean, I don't even know what's coming out from week to week. There's been so much canceled and shuffled around and all that. So it's going to be kind of screwed up for the next month or two. Nothing you can do about it. But
Oh, I know. As long as I get the books, that's all that matters. I just don't. I hate like when, especially if it's on your pull, you should get it. But if you get screwed on it and then you got to get a second print or something, that's annoying.
yeah, I already know there's going to be books that I'm going to have holes in my collection.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I got holes in my flashes on back order, and I'm like, what? But I'm like, whatever, dude. Take it off my pull. Then I was like,
So
annoying.
kind of looking at movies here now. I was talking about the top of the broadcast there, a place. I don't know if you've heard of them, Dylan. Maybe even I don't know if you even keyed me in on this. Hamilton Books, HamiltonDVD.com.
Wow.
Oh, HamiltonBooks.com.
Yeah.
And this place has, of course, books. They have great deals on like trades, and they have really great deals on Blu-rays and DVDs.
No.
And especially for like Screen Factory stuff, they still got a lot of like Screen Factory. After the fact, the movie The Vampire was showing was like a $25 Screen Factory, came out last year. Got this for $7.95.
You gotta send me that link, bro, for that or that website, because I love Screen Factory.
Equilibrium Blu-ray, $4.95.
Is that Christian Bale?
Yeah, Christian Bale. You ever know saw Equilibrium?
I don't think so. It sounds familiar. I probably saw it maybe a long
time. Yeah, it's a great movie. Great movie, Christian Bale. It's kind of a Matrix type of fascist society type thing. It's really cool.
It sounds familiar though.
If you're big into Blu-rays, they have a lot of great deals on Blu-rays, TV shows, really cheap. I'll send you the link. Yeah. It's HamiltonBook.com.
Most of the time, like when I buy Blu-rays nowadays, I'll get the Scream Factory, like horror movies, because there's just so much. Like I'll get the Marvel movies, the DC movies, Star Wars, and horror.
Let me give you a little advice to anybody out there watching, this. And it's a little bit related to the COVID thing, but I understand. But also, this is kind of an issue with Screen Factory. Is I went through and I pre-ordered a bunch of titles from Screen Factory, and then right from the website from Screen Factory Direct, and I also bought a bunch of the titles that have come out in the last year. I think I spent something like $250 on movies, and what I wasn't aware of is movies that they show online and look to be in like stock aren't. So I've already been waiting like almost a month and a half for movies that should be in stock. And from what I understand, some people have been waiting 6 months. So if you're gonna order a movie from Screen Factory, try to get it from someplace like Amazon, because if you
I usually do it, because then you got to pay shipping.
I've been waiting for a long time.
Because then you also got to probably pay shipping. I figured from Screen Factory and Amazon, if you get it through Prime, which I have Prime, so it's like I usually just pay whatever the price is. So I usually do.
He was having a pretty big sale, and a lot of the stuff was really discounted. So I'm going to wait, and hopefully I'll get the titles eventually. Right, so another movie here, another Screen Factory release, came out last year. One I really loved when I was a kid, scared the living bejesus out of me, is a movie called The Four Skulls of John Drake. Came out in 1959, I believe. It's a Scream Factory release. And this movie has head shrinking voodoo. You'll see in the back the voodoo doctor. He's shrinking people's heads. It's a wild fucking movie called The Four Skulls of Jonathan Drake. This movie is scary, especially if you're a kid. Now, maybe not so much, but it's a great movie if you haven't seen it. Scream Factory release. Pretty bare bones. Doesn't have much on it, but the movie. One thing I like about, as I was talking about Scream Factory, is if some of these movies have a mystery science theater. I think Dylan's frozen. You frozen there, Dylan, or just amazed? Oh, there you go. Dylan, you were frozen there for a second. You back? All right. Some of these, if they have a mystery science theater version of them, they'll throw those on. So I really like that. That's a great movie. Anybody that's into Hammer movies, British Hammer creatures and monsters, will remember Christopher Lee as Dracula. And Taste the Blood of Dracula. I think he made, I don't know, about 4 or 5 of these movies. Rated R for sexual content, nudity, and brief violence. These movies are pretty tame by today's standards. Probably would be rated PG today. This is a Warner Brothers release. Pretty bare bones. But I love these Hammer movies. One of my favorite Hammer movies is Curse of the Werewolf with Oliver Reed. I don't know if you saw that one. But
I'm pretty sure I recall that one.
Most of these Hammer movies, nice thing about these Hammer horror movies are these are, the ones that you would see from America were pretty tame. These movies really push the boundaries of gore, of sex, of violence, and really set the stage for what you see in movies in the 70s and 80s. So these films are great movies to watch. It's kind of a bridge between the original, say, like Universal horror movies and what we get today. Really well produced too. They look great on Blu Ray.
Heck yeah. I know Scream Factory does some phenomenal stuff.
All right, what do we have next here? This is anybody remembers growing up in the you remember Sense Around? You ever hear of Sense Around?
I don't think so.
Well, Sense Around was a gimmick they had in the 70s where they actually put big ass fucking subwoofers in the theater in your seat, so that when a movie came and had a big rumble in it, you get shot out of your ass would explode because the fucking subwoofer would blow your ass apart.
Yeah.
They did that with a few movies, and of course they did it with this one, Earthquake, in 1974.
Oh shit. Earthquake,
starring the great Charlton Heston, Arthur Kennedy. There's a ton of people in it. Lauren Green, Richard Roundtree. This movie was in Sense Round, so that when the earthquake happened, you got all the rumbling all around you. I remember seeing this in the theaters. The only other movie I remember Sense Round being in would be the original Battlestar Galactica that came out in Sense Round back in the late 70s. So that's Earthquake. I think I don't know if this is in Sense Round. I don't think so. But this was like $4.95 on Hamilton.
Damn.
That's a $25 movie.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know you buy Blu-rays like that.
Oh yeah, I got a ton of movies. And
yeah.
Movies. I think for a while I kind of got sucked into streaming.
Yeah.
I bought a lot of movies on iTunes, and I still do because sometimes you get like a 4K movie on iTunes for $5.
Right.
So, what the fuck? I'm buying iTunes.
Yeah.
After watching what's going on with all this COVID stuff and the bandwidth, everybody's home. A lot of these movies that used to look good look like crap now when you're streaming them.
Yeah.
And when you watch a movie, whether it be Blu-ray or 4K, the movies is just so much better on physical media. And it's nice, I'm moving in a month, and I'm having some remodeling done in the basement I'm moving into. I'm going to have everything I have here in the basement.
Yeah.
And I'm getting a nice big DVD rack built so I can display these Blu-rays. And that's another thing. part of this is like a comic book. Having
Yeah.
this movie on your shelf, the box art, being able to look at it, grab it off the shelf, watch
Yep.
it if you want. You know, you don't have to worry about commercials or anything like that.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, I always liked collecting Blu-rays or just movies, period. That's why like I said, for the comic book movies, I always collect them. Horror movies, I always collect
hey,
them.
man, Chew, how's it going?
What's going on, Drew?
Love those Draculas. Oh yeah, I love them all. Hope to pick them up at some point. Get all of them. How many movies do you have in your collection, man?
I got a lot. I mean, just like I got like that black case that's filled, like it's filled. But I have even more than that. I have like drawers filled with
Oh
movies.
yeah, what I did, yeah, when I moved the last time, I took all my DVDs, not Blu-rays, the
Yeah.
DVDs, and I put them in the binders. So I have a lot of this stuff.
Yeah. My
Binders,
mom did that.
probably another 1,500 movies in
Oh
binders.
man. I have like 10 of those binders.
Yeah,
And I got mad because like some of my He-Man stuff, which they had those cool like binders and they would come together and it'd look like Castle Grayskull. I was like, nah, I was like, those are like worth money too. I was like, man, because I always liked having the case and stuff. But she's like, well, we got no room for all these, and I get that, but I was like, certain stuff, I was like, you don't put in the binders, certain
Yeah.
stuff, you keep. But yeah, so man, we
yeah.
got a lot.
I have about 1,000 TV show DVDs. And
Right.
I kept those all in the boxes because the boxes, really look good.
Yeah.
Blu-rays, they don't take up much room, so I wouldn't take them out of the box.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do. They take up a lot of fucking room. And
Heck
when
yeah.
you're dealing with comic books and pops,
Right.
you start choking on the shit. You can't
I
keep
know.
it, you know.
Dude,
But
seriously, because I got I got a couple drawers filled with Blu-rays, and then I got that DVD case, and that one's literally filled. I actually got to take some because the bottom is DVDs, the top is all horror, and I still have I got some Scream Factory like back there in the case, and like I got a lot, man.
all right, this next movie, Dylan, if you haven't seen it or anybody hasn't seen this movie, as a horror and comedy horror type, or even gross out horror, you gotta see. You gotta hunt this down. You can get this on this site. I think I paid $6 for this, but I
Yeah,
saw this on Netflix. It's a trauma movie from the people who did, all those great trauma films, The Toxic Avenger, directed by Lloyd Kaufman, who's the guy who came up with all that.
yeah,
It's a movie that's called Poltergeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. And it's basically revolves around these people who run a chicken shack. They get like the zombie creature infected disease and they all start eating each other. But then, when the guys get it, it makes them. I mean, some of the shit in this movie you won't fucking believe. They literally have a scene because when people get sick, they have to go in and take like a massive fucking dump, and they actually have a scene that's shot with a camera in the toilet bowl as this guy puking his whole body out. He literally shits out his entire skeleton out his ass while he's sitting on the can, and you see all this stuff. It's unbelievable, and it's just who you like this kind of goofy, Evil Dead 2, gross, disgusting stuff. Nobody does this better than Trobo.
I
And
don't know if I ever heard that, but that sounds awesome.
you got a ton of features on this. It's a great, great movie. Poultrygeist, Night of the Chicken Dead. Pick it up. Really good stuff. All right, the next one, we'll go back to something a little more classic. And you can't get more classic than The Son of Kong, the sequel to the 1933 King Kong from Warner Brothers. Not much on this other than the movie, but it is high def. Son of
Yeah.
Kong isn't as good as the original King Kong, but it's a decent sequel where they go in and find King Kong's son, and I think King Kong's son doesn't die at the end, which is nice. But if you already have King Kong, you might want this, and I think you can pick this up for like $5.
I love Kong, man. Always,
On the
Kong's
site.
been one of my favorites.
Which one?
Kong, just like any of those Kong movies, I've always
Yeah,
loved.
I like pretty much all the, I even like the Jackson one from 2005. I like.
Oh yeah, is that the King Kong Skull Island? Or you
No,
mean
before King
the Peter Jackson? Yeah, I like that one too.
Like the one with Jack Black. That
Yeah.
one was all right. King Kong Skull Island, I thought was good. Yeah. And of course, we're all looking for next year's, well, who knows when, Godzilla versus Kong remake.
Yeah, I wonder how that's gonna go.
I haven't been a huge fan of the Godzilla movies. They were okay.
Yeah, I know. That's how I felt. That's why I'm like, I liked King Kong Skull Island. That was really good. So I'm wondering.
And the second Godzilla movie wasn't bad. I just found that the human story was probably too much of it. You know what I mean? We go to see fucking Godzilla movies to see Godzilla, not
Yeah,
to see humans. So show me a little more Godzilla. You know what I mean?
and a little less people. Yeah.
But yeah, they're okay. But Kong Skull Island wasn't. Was the guy who was in Guardians in that? Was that Chris Pratt?
The guy who plays Loki.
Oh, okay, Loki. That's right.
And Samuel Jackson's in it,
Yeah.
and the girl who played Captain Marvel's in it too.
Right. Yeah, it was okay. That was an okay movie.
Yeah.
All right. Well, the next one is not a genre film, but anybody who grew up in the 70s or 80s remembers a show called Sneak Previews. Back then, you would only be able to see what movies were coming out by watching this show, which was on PBS. And of course, was hosted by one of the best critics I think ever to come out. A guy that I really, anytime the guy said it was a good movie, it was usually a good movie.
Yeah.
Roger Ebert. And Roger Ebert died of cancer a few years back, and they came out with a biography of his life called Life Itself. So I've never seen this, and I wanted to pick this up to watch it. But that's more of the rare non-genre film I picked up. And of course, I think finally the last movie in my box here, I think Dylan will know this movie. In fact, I think Dylan talked about this movie not too long ago, and that's Outer Space.
Where did you get that? Is that Scream Factory?
This is not the Scream Factory version. This is the MGM version. Scream Factory does have a special edition out. It's very hard to get.
Yeah. So does Arrow. So wait, that's just MGM because that cover is awesome, dude.
Yeah, that's a new cover. I think it's just a re-release.
Yeah, because I have it on DVD, but I need to buy the Blu-ray.
Yeah, this was $5 on I think $5 or $6 up on the site.
On that site, not at Amazon. Maybe if I order it from Amazon or if I get it from that site, because I want that. If I get it, I've been waiting. I want a cool cover like that.
Yeah, this has audio commentary and a bunch of deleted scenes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies for clowns. Of course, from what I understand, Scream Factory now has just decided that they're going to start releasing a lot of these movies along with Arrow in 4K. So I have a 4K player, and some of the stuff is really great in 4K. I think the first movie that's going to be coming out is Pitch Black in August on 4K. And I think some of these movies might show up. But I buy the Arrow films. I was talking the other night. I picked the Reanimator and the RoboCop Arrow unrated versions. Blu-ray. Really good. If you're a fan of the film, they have a lot of extras on, which is nice.
Heck yeah, dude.
So that's my entire thing. As you can see, it's called HamiltonBook.com.
Okay.
And they're good too for books too. If you go up there, they have a shitload of free paperbacks cheap.
Shoot, that's dope.
Yeah, but I got a lot of movies, pretty cheap that way. I've been trying to stay under like $5-6 a Blu-ray.
Yeah, you got to, man, because like most of these movies they end up going down. You pay 20-25 bucks nowadays.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And
Yeah,
then
I don't buy too much new stuff. Like even the Marvel movies, I don't own a lot of them. I own some, and
yeah,
and the Marvel movies are notorious for never ever dropping in price.
yeah,
Uh,
that's why I there's a couple I don't have, but I do have most of them.
but they released or they're releasing most of them in 4K. So I'm waiting for them to come out and get cheaper in 4K, and I'll buy them that way.
Right.
But
Yeah,
but yeah, a lot of them I'll do is there's a site. If you don't know what the site is go to Blu-ray.com. Blu-ray.com. They do hourly updates where they list from Amazon and every place on price drops. So they'll
Yeah.
show you if something drops in price, and that if you go up there, you can usually get some really good deals on stuff that's dropping.
yeah.
Right.
Sure, I'll have to check them out too.
But
That's how I am. I'm trying to get the best deals possible.
yeah, well, it's expensive when you're buying books and you're buying movies and everything at the same time.
Right.
And these books aren't cheap, and that's why I talked about the other night. I think you guys were lauding over this book, Batman Smile Killer.
Yeah.
I thought it was okay. I thought, as you guys said, it was very reminiscent of other
Yeah.
stuff. Some of it reminded me of like Harley Criminal Intent or
Criminal Sanity. Yeah.
and some of the other books that came out. The artwork is okay, and the story's okay, but I have a question. Why did this have to be a DC Black label? Why did it have to be put out in this gigantic, huge magazine format?
I know.
Why does it have to be $6? This movie could have been easily a one-shot for $3.99. Easily a one-shot. I'm not a big fan of these books like you. I don't keep covers and boards for this size books. So they end up usually just getting trashed. And I don't even like reading them. It's just too big.
I know. I don't like. They need to just make them regular size.
The artwork and the fact that they have these little tiny word bubbles and these gigantic pages, it just doesn't look right. So I'm not a big fan of this. What I'm doing, I wanted to get that book. Did you buy the question book?
Yeah, I didn't get the issue 3 though. My shop didn't get it, so I'm waiting on it.
They just announced that and Killer Smile for trade paperbacks in a normal size print, and I think you're gonna be able to get the whole thing for like $20. So I'm just waiting. I'm gonna buy all these. I think I just announced. Did you read Batman White Knight?
No. I got I hear it's good though.
It is good. White Knight.
I didn't read the first one, so that's why I didn't get the second one.
Right. I haven't read the second one because it's not all out yet. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna buy it in trade because I just don't like reading those big ass Black Label books.
Yeah, I know. And you gotta know where to put them too.
Yeah, they don't fit in a box. They don't fit in the bag.
Yeah, right.
I know who greenlit that idea. Well, I know what the idea was. The idea is we can charge $2 more for the book.
Right. Heck yeah.
But it was a bit ridiculous this week, anyways. I mean, I paid $10 for that Joker 80th anniversary, and I paid $10 for that the Green Lantern one. Those are both pretty good books, but I mean, come on, $20 for 2 books.
Right. It's ridiculous.
And the problem is they're not all good because the Robin one sucked. So it's a crapshoot.
I know, man.
But I've also learned too, if you just wait and go on something like Midtown, if you wait too much, you'll get them for like $2.
Yeah. It's damn good.
So have you bought anything Blu-ray Rise or no?
Not recently. I was actually gonna buy Halloween 4 and 5 to finish my Halloween collection. I still need the 2018 and Rob Zombie ones, but to finish the 1 through Resurrection, I need 4 and 5 because Amazon had a deal where it was like buy two get one free, and I freaking missed the deal because I was trying to debate what I wanted for the third one.
Yeah.
Like I was gonna get Night of the Creeps or The Thing, and I just by the time I decided Night of the Creeps, the deal was over, and I'm like, God. So I've been waiting to see if they're gonna bring the deal back.
You gotta sometimes jump on them. They change in like a flash.
Yeah.
You
Yep.
wait, they go. I did that just the other day. I think I was gonna buy. I don't know. But I think it was Scarface on Blu Ray, right? And
Yeah.
4K. It was like
Right.
$14. I was hemming and hawing. I waited a few hours and I went back. It was $24.
I know they change so much. They go up and down, and then they'll have big sales where it's like the buy two get one free or buy one get the second half off, and it's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've only bought two: that Joker book, The Killer Smile, and then the Batman one and The Question. But other than that,
Yeah, I love the Question. I love the character of the Question. But
me too.
I'm just gonna wait and get the trades.
Yeah, I hear that.
I'm hoping that they eventually discontinue that. I mean,
Me
those
too.
100-page giants were always selling those for $5, and it
Yeah.
just came from that line.
Yep.
So apparently that wasn't selling. I don't know how well these Black Label books are selling.
I know.
I can tell you
Yeah.
that the LCS I go to have a shitload of them on the shelf.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I ended up selling my Batman Damned ones. It's like one of the few books I've ever sold. I didn't get the Superman one because that one just looked god awful. But
did you have the Batman? Did you have the Batwing? The Wang
yeah,
version?
I did, but I got rid of it.
So how much did you get for that?
And I got like $100 for all three issues.
That's a good deal. Because you know what, people are gonna forget that and not want that. A year from now.
I could have got more, but I waited too long. 'Cause I didn't. I waited too long, and then I was like, "Well, I need the money now," and I might even got like 90 for real. I don't think I got the 100. I think I got like 90.
I sold a copy. I'm kind of kicking myself. I know I sold it too fucking cheap. I sold a copy of Batman Adventures 12 with Batgirl.
Oh man, I wish you the one with Harley Quinn. You mean Batman?
Wasn't Batman Adventures 12 the first appearance of
Harley Quinn?
Harley Quinn?
Yeah.
Or the Batgirl? Why am I thinking Bat? Yeah, Harley
She's
Quinn.
on the cover because I'm pretty. She's on the cover because it's it's like crossed out and it says Batgirl on it.
Okay,
Instead of Batman, they cross it out and they put Batgirl, and then Harley Quinn's behind her because it's that purple cover. Oh man!
I think I sold it for like $200, but I could have got like $400 or $500.
Oh man, yeah. Because even dude, I saw the dollar reprint one that they just released. Going for like 60 on eBay. I'm like, it's a dollar book, and I got 2 of them. I was like, I should have bought like 10 and selling them for 50 a pop or something. I'm like,
It's probably the only book I don't sell too many books, and it's probably the only book I sold that I kind of regret I sold.
Yeah, right. I know.
I sold some of the. Oh, you know what else I sold is I think I sold a couple of the detective ones they had that were. I don't know if it was the Death in the Family one where Robin gets killed, or I forget. It was the only one I didn't sell. I still got. I almost sold it. Is that Batman one that Todd McFarlane did the cover for?
Yeah, with the yellow behind that's got the yellow not colored in.
I almost sold that, but I ended up holding on to it, so I still got that.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah,
I don't really. I guess if I had something that was really hot and I knew I was gonna sell it before people didn't want to buy it, like a Batman '89 or something,
mm-hmm.
I would do that. But otherwise, I don't really sell the books.
I'm the same way.
I mean, after hauling all these, to my new location, I might want to sell them all. but we'll see. And then I got this. I don't know. Let me. You didn't. You went on the other video the other night. I also picked up this really cool. Of course, it's full of books now. Oh, let me pick it up. Oh, it's really cool Hulk box.
Well, yeah, that's dope as hell.
So that was my acquisitions this week. So what are you getting this week? It's not much.
I wish that's that Immortal Hulk box set. I wish I would have got that.
Yeah. The this week there's a lot of good indie titles coming out, I guess. So what do you have?
Yeah, not a lot of titles.
There's a lot of indies coming out though. There is a lot of indies. There's no DC or Marvel.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Hold on, let me see what comes out this
But
week.
there's a ton of indies coming out this week.
Yeah.
And of course, the biggest one is that one they just announced, the Negan book.
Yeah, and I probably won't even get that. I mean, maybe I would. The Plot, which is one that I was looking forward to big time. Every time my favorite book I'm looking forward to, I don't get because he didn't order it. So I probably won't get it till the week after. King of Nowhere, #3.
Yeah.
Nailbiter 2, but I think I forgot to put it on my poll, so I don't know if I'll even get that. So it might be really. It might be.
I mean, no one's going to put the book on the poll, so no one's going to get that.
Jim Henson's Storytellers is one I'm really looking forward to. The Ghost Storytellers.
Yeah, I've never seen a copy of that in the store. Never.
Really? Oh, that's a good one.
I mean, some of these fucking indie books, they're like almost like a myth to me. They don't exist because I've never seen them in the wild. Never seen them in paper.
Yeah. There's a Sweetheart #2, which I've actually already read. Woven Heart 7, which I've already read. Devil's Highway, that's an AWA title, which I'm really pumped for.
Yeah, that one was good.
That Jim Henson, it's coming from like Arcacia. That's like the company that.
Yeah, I know. It's good. I read both those books. They're good though.
Yeah.
I read those on Hoopla. Hoopla has them.
That's like it too, man. I'm pissed, man. If I don't get that Plot this week, which I guarantee I'm not, that was the one I'm looking forward to most. And I knew it because he screwed me on my Bleed Them Dry. And I called to see if he was going to get it. And he was like, oh, I didn't see it ordered. And yeah, so every time Wind, I was looking forward to most, Bleed Them Dry, and there's another too. Every book I'm looking forward to most, he always screws up. And then it doesn't get it. The last couple weeks, I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah, I don't. And I'm not even going to bother going my LCS because I know he's not going to have any of them. It's a pointless thing. I was just going to see if. I was just going to see if Hoopla has. I can't remember that fucking book. What's it called again? Blood that died by blood, or what's it called? Dylan, what is the name of that book again?
What book?
The dried blood or the dead blood. What's it called?
Oh, Bleed Them Dry. Yo, what up, Bearded? What's going on, Bubs?
I don't know why I can't ever remember the name of that. I was just going to see if Hoopla has it.
No, I've not read the first volume of Nailbiter though. Two Gun. That issue that just came out, the Returns one, that was the first issue I've ever read. But I'm hoping he ordered that issue too, because I really liked issue 1, and I think I forgot to tell him to put it on my poll. So if he don't got that issue 2, I'm gonna have like nothing, man. It's gonna be like 4 books, because I just know he's not gonna have my Plot book.
Yeah, no, they don't have it. So I may have to get that up on the Comixology. but it's kind of bad when you don't. You don't even want to go out to the LCS because you just know it could be a useless thing. Hey, Bob, how's it going? Bubs is a
Yeah.
Bubs is a big genre fan.
Bubs has a channel, I think.
Yeah, Bubs. I think Bubs does, but I haven't seen a video of Bubs.
I know. I'm just messing. He always, we were doing this stream. He'll be like, TK has a channel.
Drop that
He
link.
makes me crack up so much.
Yeah, Bubs was in here the other night.
I'm surprised. I thought Chaos was gonna come hang out.
Yeah, Chaos was in the other night. Actually, Bueller came in the other night, and I told Bueller, hey, I don't blame him if he didn't come in because you lose. That's why I got my name there. Scarpad, Sub Killer.
Yeah. I saw that. I saw you put that. I was like, that's dope. Too funny. Oh man.
Yeah, so other than that, not much. Well, it's probably pretty good because I spent a lot of money last week on comics, so I don't need. And then, of course, all my books showed up they lost. So now I ended up with like 3 copies of Batman '93 and shit like that. Like, now what do I do with it?
Right.
Drop the link, Z. I dropped you the link, Bob, if you want to come in for a second. And then Chaos will give me shit because he says every book I open up is a Batman book. Because one night I showed like 15 fucking copies of Batman. I'm reading this. I got my out of print copy of Batman in the 70s. I'm starting to read this. And of course,
Oh really?
Vinny O'Neill. I got this from eBay because it's out of print. But the 70s Batman is one of my favorites version of Batman. And a lot of Vinny O'Neill stuff in here. He just passed away. And I love the 70s artwork. Really good stuff. Bearded. No one listens to Chaos. Well, that's probably true. Even his wife doesn't listen to him. He locked in the garage every night.
Oh man, that's my boy Bearded. He actually lives out in Ohio.
Bub's saying he's covered up. Just watching tonight, guys.
For sure.
Then steaks.
I was hoping it was Friday, man, because I got work tomorrow. I'm like, God.
Yeah, I didn't stay in the That's why I think it was last night. I think by the time you came in here, I was gone because I was same thing. I said I was out of this. I can't hang around. In fact, tonight I'll probably split shortly here. I've been live for about an hour and 14 minutes of showing movies off. So, what the hell? So how are things out in Cleveland? I understand you guys are starting to peak out there.
Yeah, it's better though. Like it was a little crazy for a minute, but it's a lot better now. People walk around like it's all normal, honestly.
Yeah, that seems to be the issue. Seems to be the problem. I actually went out yesterday and tonight to dinner and sat in a restaurant. First time in about 4 months. It was a weird feeling.
Yeah.
You're walking in there with a mask, sitting
Yeah.
down.
I don't even go in there with a mask. They want me to
take the mask off to eat. But I guess it's the things we have to do. So what do you got coming up? You got any videos or anything that you're doing or any streams you're doing?
Well, not since I work tomorrow. I probably won't have anything for a couple days, but me and Chaos are gonna start doing a stream every Saturday. Then I'll probably do something maybe Thursday, talking about new comic books since there won't be many books to talk about, but
Right.
just something to
The
talk.
books
You
will
know,
have.
it's weird that DC's taking a break.
I don't understand that. I mean, it's not like they don't have a backlog they're sitting on. I know a lot of the stuff that's supposed to be coming out now, they've rescheduled. Um, after you just went 3 months without shipping anything, why would you take a week off? It makes like absolutely no sense. I'm
I
sure
know.
it's something to do with distribution and
Probably they're trying to figure things out.
but even Marvel hasn't been exactly burned.
Oh,
I
I
think
know.
Marvel has put out like no more than like 5 books since
Yeah,
they've come back.
right. And they keep still put out like 2 books, then skip a week, put out 2 books, skip a week. It's weird. Good luck talking about comics next week. I know, that's what I'm saying.
Well, the problem is a lot of these books that got like the what's that one that from Marvel? Is it Strange Academy? Is it? A
Yeah,
lot of these books came out, had their first issue, and now they've been gone for fucking ever. And to be quite honest with you, I can't remember what I read, and I don't even know if I'm going to pick up any of those books anymore because it's already been too long, you know. So I don't know. It's too bad, especially with some of the books that were really looked like they were really going to be, great books, and then you get like a 3 month layoff.
I know. Weird as hell. I thought they would have been like coming back full force by now, but it's just been, you know, not that many books. This was the biggest week since we've gotten books back.
And then some of the books like Ant-Man, they went digital and never even finished their runs. So
I know, right? I
it's
was
a weird,
pissed about that.
it's a weird time.
It really is. At least we're getting some new books, though.
Yeah, and eventually, I think that Joker War thing is probably going to eventually ship sometime in next month. So
I'm
we'll
super
probably see
hyped.
that. Although I think that the Three Jokers thing got pushed back now to September. That's kind of like the joke of the comic community.
I know, really. It's
So
getting.
what was that supposed to come out like last year sometime, I think?
Dude, I've had that on my poll since like last year. Too funny. Yes, Dylan has a channel.
I'm sure
Wait,
he's.
hey, wait. This is the real one. Bub's got a wife? Back at you, bro. Back at you.
It's almost kind of like Perry trying to push off his mother as his girlfriend all the time.
I know, right? Did you see that picture he put on IG? He's like 18-year-old Perry with full head of hair. He looked like, oh my god. I sent him a emoji. I'm like laughing so goddamn hard. Oh, dude.
Yeah, one thing it made me realize the years have not been kind to Perry.
I'm like, wait. I was about to be like, Perry, are you really 26? I'd be like,
Perry's like 26 by way of 36.
right. I was like, you're lying. I was like, I think you're lying to us, bro. I was like, nobody ages that much in 8 years. Perry,
Hey, Bob, I think you had it right the first time, man.
Ain't that the truth, man?
But yeah, so
You watching any of those movies tonight?
oh, probably not.
I know it's like you got. I have so many of those movies that I still haven't opened yet, too.
Yeah, I got a whole wall. I mean, I can't tell you how many movies I'll sit back. Like I'll go to like 1 o'clock a live stream. I said, I'm not time. I'm gonna sit down and watch one of these movies. I put it on. I see like 5 minutes of it. I wake up at like 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
The movie screen's on. It's over with.
Right. I know. I'm probably gonna. I want to watch some of this Hannibal. I've been doing a lot of yard work, so I want to watch the show Hannibal.
I was just thinking to myself, I'm so fucking stupid, right? I subscribe to Netflix, but I hardly ever fucking watch it.
Yeah, that's
how
it is.
I subscribe to Amazon Prime. I do watch that occasionally. And today I fucking subscribed to HBO Max.
Yeah.
For a free week.
Oh, I'm
And-
waiting until something good comes,
And
man.
now probably I'm never gonna fucking watch that.
I think maybe Doom Patrol's on there, but I want to watch.
Yeah, Doom Patrol. The first 3 episodes dropped. It's gonna be weekly. I do want to see that.
Yeah,
They're
me
gonna
too.
put on. They're gonna put on the Harley Quinn cartoon.
Yeah,
And
I'm excited for Justice League Snyder.
yeah, I mean, from what I can see, of course, you got all the HBO stuff. Now you get the Warner stuff. You got Doctor Who. You got. I think it's a good channel. It's gonna have a lot of good stuff. The question is, am I gonna have time to fucking watch it?
Right.
I just a lot of times don't have time to watch it.
I
Like I'm so
know.
behind on shit. It's not funny. So
Yeah. Some days I'm binging nothing but TV, and then some days it's like I can barely sit down to watch something. It sucks.
yeah, well, there's a lot of good stuff coming on. I know The Boys is coming back soon too.
Oh, yeah, I'm excited for that.
So
Have you seen that show Hannibal? It's actually on Netflix. It's like seems like a prequel to the Silence of the Lambs, and it's like Hannibal Lecter.
yeah, it's kind of like a prequel version of alternate version of
Yeah.
it. I didn't, but one of the guys I used to work with was a huge fan of that show. And when it got canceled, he was pissed off, because
Yeah.
I guess it was, I guess they say the first two seasons were the best, but I guess overall still all pretty good. I was never a huge. I like those Hannibal movies. I like Silence of the Lambs.
That's my favorite. Hannibal's good.
Hannibal, I thought was okay. It's a little over the top. And that scene where remember that scene where Ray Liotta's sitting there and he's eating.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, what's that smell? It smells pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Brain, dude.
Right.
But that was a little over the top, But
yeah. Funny though.
I never got into the Manhunter, which was the prequel to Silence of the Lambs, I guess.
Yeah.
With a different actor playing the character.
Yeah, I think you're right.
And then they had another one called Hannibal Rising, which sucked. It was like a young Hannibal or whatever.
Yeah, that was bad. And like it felt like it was in the 1800s or something.
It's like, remember what they tried doing? Did they try doing that with Leatherface? They had a movie where
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I actually rewatched it, and it wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as bad as I thought. It's not good.
Tell me I should be watching it.
If you ever get the time, it wasn't as bad as I thought. There was actually some like decent kills, and it gave me a little more respect because I know Toby Hooper. It was like one of the last things he actually worked on because he was a producer on it. But I was surprised. It's not as bad because I thought it was fucking horrible. And for some reason, somebody put it like real high on their top 10 favorite Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies. And I was like, why the fuck would they put it that high? It was only at like 5.
Well, do you think it's better than The Next Generation with Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You ain't gonna beat that by much, though.
Yeah. That was a misfire.
I know. My mom was trying to buy that shit because they were like going through a lot of Texas Chainsaw. They were going like just last week.
I mean, that movie has a benefit of like had a lot of like up and coming actors in like Renee.
Yeah.
Like what are they doing in this movie?
Right.
The stuff sucked.
I know.
Terrible. I don't know. I mean, a movie I was saying I watched today. I was kind of disappointed in. I heard great things about this movie, and I'm a huge They Live fan. I watched. I never saw Hell Comes to Frogtown. Did you ever see that?
What was it?
Hell Comes to Frogtown.
Yeah. I love that.
I gotta finish it because I will tell you.
I love that. Remember, I was telling you about
I'm only 40 minutes in. Okay.
It's not a horror movie though.
I had to go to dinner, but I was a little disappointed because I expected more rowdy, post-apocalyptic stuff, and most of it, what I've seen so far, is just like sex hijinks with Sindel Bergman and like him trying to get around with the chicks. I hope there's more of it than that in that movie because
The frog stuff is hilarious, but yeah, it's weird. Like it's just funny.
And the thing is, the movie had a real cool title sequence and a real cool opening. And
Yeah,
then like 15 minutes of that, like what the fuck is going on here?
I
The
know.
guys got latch on the stick and they're fucking pulling the latch up, and I mean, okay, but really,
Yeah, it definitely
they
is
live.
the top there.
It's like a masterpiece. But
Yeah,
I'm gonna finish it. I hope it gets better.
They Live is better, but it's not a horror. Is the thing, you know? It's like
No.
a post-apocalyptic.
I love fucking post-apocalyptic movies. I love them, but there's not enough of that in there. You got Roddy. I want to see him fighting fucking mutants and shit like that. Where is
Yeah.
it?
You'll get to it. You gotta get through the other half. But yeah, that one's funny.
It's a slow build, huh?
Yeah, he's got to save the world, man. He's got to save the world and impregnate some women.
Yeah. I tell you though, I am impressed. I went through like what Tubi has online, and they got like decent 80s.
Yeah. And Pluto's another one, but
Yeah.
I watched both. They got a lot, and there's not a lot of trailer or commercials.
Yeah, no, it's not out of hand.
Yeah.
But I mean, a lot of shit that you just don't see anymore, and from the 80s and the 70s, like The Gate and Spookies and Critters and all that stuff.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
So I'm hoping. I guess Perry was saying that Twitch now has a thing where Twitch is owned by Amazon. And you can do like watch parties and illegal. So hopefully that I can start getting that going again.
I know.
Actual watch parties.
Yeah.
We can actually see the film at the same time. So
yeah,
that'll be worthwhile.
And just tell everybody from YouTube to go meet us on Twitch. Yeah, I know. I want to do that. That's gonna be awesome. I want to do those again. So I know both of us had a bunch of family stuff going on, but I want to get those going because I love talking about horror, especially with you guys.
Yeah, I think the next month is gonna be tough because I'm selling my house. I'm moving into the new location. I'm having a whole place built, and so that's gonna be tough. But once I get settled in down there, then we can.
Yeah, you'll have a new setup and everything. I'm sure you're gonna be pumped to do some stuff.
Yeah,
just gotta get that out the way.
Should be pretty good. I don't know what's out of here, but so what do you tomorrow? You don't have anything coming up? You got anything coming up this week, or?
I'll probably have a video coming out Wednesday. I might stream tomorrow, possibly. Depends how I feel, because I might get some rest tomorrow before work because I got the graveyard shift. But if I don't have nothing out, I did a couple streams. I did like 3 streams today, but Wednesday, if I don't do nothing tomorrow because of work, I'll have something out by Wednesday night because I work throughout the weekend. Wednesday is usually when I'll have something out. So yeah, I'll definitely have videos out by, after New Comic Book Day. So yeah, even though there's not gonna be much to talk about, I'll still get together. Maybe we'll, maybe come on and we'll talk some comic books and screw around and talk some movies.
We can talk about how the LTS stiffed us again on our books.
Yeah, there we go. We can go forever on that.
All right, Dylan, thanks for coming on tonight, brother. We'll catch you later. Have a good night.
My brother.
And everybody that was in the chat, Bubs, Bearded, I don't know, Chaos,
brother.
God Tag, everybody that stopped in, Cuban Pedro. Thanks, man. We'll catch you guys later.
Catch you later, y'all. Have a great weekend.
Everybody have a good weekend. Later, man.
Later.